Hello everybody, my name is Orion. My channel is Endless Journey. In today's edition, we ask the question, is numerology real? Oh, the debate continues. Who really knows? Do I know? Who am I to say? I certainly have my opinions on the subject though. Alright, we're kind of bright here today. I hope the sound's good. I got a rough idea what I'm going to say, and like always, we're going to launch into it and see how it goes. Okay, I'm going to start off this episode by telling you a little story about my hardcore scientist friend who just the other day said to me, I love my wife. I said, really? He said, yes. I said, do you have some proof for that? Some hard proof? He said, well, every time she walks in the room, I just feel good. I'm like, well, it's probably just a biochemical response. I don't know if it's love. It's just you smell her pheromones and your body as a male recognizes it's a woman, and you know, you just evolutionarily, biologically conditioned to be physically attracted to this person. What else you got? He said, well, I bought her flowers. I said, well, anybody can buy somebody flowers. That's not proof. He's like, well, I've been married to her for 23 years. I'm like, that still doesn't prove anything. I'm going to need some hard data if you're going to convince me. I'm just joking. I'm just illustrating. This just illustrates a point that there are these people in the world that or maybe they've gone to school to university for physics or mathematics or engineering, and they've been trained to see the world in a very factual, hard data, physical way, and that's very important. There's a time and place for that. I, on the other hand, happen to be incredibly curious, always have, about the metaphysical, about strange phenomena, about things we really can't say for sure are real or not. I think both personalities are important to get a balanced understanding of the world if we share our findings. So I'm going to tell you a personal story of mine about numerology, seeing numbers. It seems to be, as far as the people I associate with, it seems to be something that comes up more and more. The story starts, I lived in a condo here in Victoria, BC, and on the door my number was 111. I lived there for 6 years. I went away for work. I moved to Edmonton, Alberta to take a job. I just picked a place. It happened to be on 111 Street. Interesting. Then that company gave me a business phone, and the last 3 digits were 111. So this was a very hard time in my life. I may have been searching a bit. I don't really know what my motives were entirely for noticing this number, but I was just walking home one night on a dark and cloudy night, and I just looked at the street sign, 111, and I just took it as some sort of a sign or something. Once I started getting all these addresses and phone number of 111, I started seeing it in purchases, in license plates, everywhere, and it sent me down this rabbit hole of numerology, just being curious about it and asking people about it, watching videos like this one about it. It went on for quite a while. At some point I went on a trip to Sedona, Arizona, and I found myself sitting on a mesa in this moment looking at Orion's belt. My name is Ryan, so that was interesting. And it was 1, 2, 3 stars make Orion's belt. And then that 111 carried into that. And it was just this feeling, it would just follow me everywhere I went. I later moved to Toronto, Ontario, and I still continued to notice it. And I really thought a lot about why I saw it and why I was noticing it. And you know, there are people that have suggested that this life is just like a dream, just as I slept last night and that was a dream, and that we may very well die and wake up from this dream, and that it would be just like a ladder of dreams. And this dream is not set in stone. It's just being created. It's being written collectively by all of us, and we're just making up our little realities here spontaneously in the moment as we go. The reason I'm saying that is I'm asking myself, am I creating these numbers? Well, I don't know. I can't say for sure. Nobody can say for sure. I don't think we're meant to know. But regardless, the fact of the matter is I'm noticing them. Now, there are other people in the world, they won't notice them. They could see a ghost and an alien on the same day, and I'm being silly here, and they would just never open their mind to this kind of thing. Their mind is like a concrete fortress shielding them against new and strange ideas, you know, to the point where I almost think that people live in the past. I don't think it's good to be too crazy about crazy new ideas, but at least be curious, really. So anyways, my 111 thing, I hired a numerologist. I later found out that archetypically 111 equals 3. It's the creative path. I relate to that. The ones are symbolically like a beginning number, a wake up, a call to start over at the beginning of a new chapter. I also relate to that. But in the end, I guess I don't know, you know, like why it's there, why I'm noticing it. But in the end, all that mattered to me, and I think all that should matter to you. If you're waking up and seeing 333s, 444s, 555s, a lot of people are into this 1111, more popular. Could be any really sequence, you know, there's an infinite amount out there. So the thing that is the most important is what you think and feel when you see that number. It doesn't matter what you can prove. I think it's perfectly healthy to just maintain that mystery. I like a little mystery. I like not knowing. I like being on the edge of, there's something here. Oh, there's something. I'm making it up. No, it's too strange. It's too strange to be a coincidence. And a lot of people have had those experiences where something has happened, you know, you think of somebody and then they call you on the phone. Just like, I don't know, everybody's had these strange experiences that make them question our current way of seeing the world and what is possible and what is not possible and what we create and are we connected. And I, for one, like I said, just like to stay right on the cusp of that sort of curiosity and that thinking. So when I see 111, I remember a great example was I was in Toronto, Ontario, and it's the largest city in Canada, and it was a bit intense for me. And I realized I couldn't stay there. I wanted to go back to British Columbia, but you know, life was expensive. I had to work big hours, and I was a little overwhelmed at the idea of moving across the country again. So it was like a Saturday, maybe a Sunday. I was stuck in traffic, as you often are in Toronto, and I saw, it was a sign. What was it, a real estate sign or something? And I just saw this number 111. And for me, when I see that number on a license plate, on a receipt, wherever I see it, when the constellation Orion's belt, for me, I decided it's knowing that there's a higher power. I like to think of spirit guides. Rather, you could see it as guardian angels, but basically somebody on the other side watching and helping me with what I ask. And yes, it's me who does the asking. I'm the one who makes the requests, and they are the helpers. So I know it's pretty wild thinking for some people, but whether it's real or not, it makes me feel good, and it makes me feel confident, it makes me feel supported. So that's what I get out of it when I see my number. What is your number? And how do you feel, and what does it mean to you? And why on earth do we need to convince somebody else what is legitimate to us or not? We don't. We're just having our personal experience. So you and I and we all can just make our own interpretation of things, and we don't necessarily need to share that with everybody, but we do like to share it with some of our friends. So that's why I make these videos. So short answer, we just don't know for sure. It's only what we want it to be. Okay, I hope you like this video. I'm still intrigued with numerology, so be well, be at peace, be healthy, be strong, and watch more of my videos. Thanks a lot. Ryan, Endless Journey. Have a great day.